Okay, so in the early 2000s, 2010s, there was a weird thing that we used to do where anytime an animated movie came out or just a regular movie, there was always a video game tie-in. Always. Like, it was mandatory.
Know your fucking place, trash.
And, you know, every once in a while we got some gems, but yo, they were so bad. But like, I played a lot of them, I'm not gonna lie, because me as a kid, I'm not thinking, wow, like y'all do this for every movie. They're not gonna be good if y'all keep forcing them to come out the same time as a movie. I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking like, oh my god, I love Spider-Man. I love the Spider-Man movie. Y'all are making a game for it? Bro, I gotta cop it. I have to. It's gonna be amazing. Today, I want to talk about video game movies that I personally loved as a kid. I'm not here to say that they were amazing. I'm not here to say that they were trash. I'm lying. I'm here to actually say one of those two things. But hey, this is just my opinion, bro. Don't take it to heart. I used to like what I liked as a youngin', bro. I was a weird, freaky ass nigga. Not like Drake, but hey, I liked what I liked. But yo, let's get into these games, bro. Enough about Drake Snake. Number 1 on the list is Cars 2, the racing game, yo. This game came out in 2011, around the time that Cars 2 actually came out. A movie that I really enjoyed. A lot of people didn't like it. You know, I wasn't a hard kid to please, bro. I was an Alvin and the Chipmunks movie fan. Let me repeat that. I was an Alvin and the Chipmunks movie fan. I know, I'm sorry. I'm ashamed of myself, please. But man, I have great memories of us renting this game from Redbox like at least 4 different times, yo. This game was amazing. This might be my favorite racing game of all time. That's a lie, it's not. But I'm saying like, it's up there. Like, this game was gas to me. I thought this was like peak racing simulators, bro. On Steam, it's ranked a 7 out of 10. Now, I don't have a PC, but that's just the first review that I saw. My eyes, when I was younger, you couldn't mess up a racing game, and if you did, you don't deserve anything. And Cars 2 I thought it was a really good racing game at the time. If I played it today, I'd probably hate it, but that's not what we're talking about today. I thought Cars 2 was a solid entry in the Cars video game franchise. I thought it was gas. Okay, so for number 2 on my list, this one actually might be my favorite movie video game ever. Yo, I played this game so many times as a youngin', yo. Bolt. Yo, Bolt, first of all, I need a Bolt remake. No, not remake. I need a Bolt sequel. Why did we never get a Bolt sequel, yo? Bolt was such a classic, bro. I love Bolt so much. I had the game on PS3 and I had the game on DS, and I'm not even joking. I played both games all the way through, like at least 3 times each. Like, yo, I was so obsessed with the Bolt games, yo. I thought they were peak, dog. Like, I think the games follow Bolt like through the movies to kind of, because I remember there was combat. Like, you could use your laser eyes and stuff in the movies. And the girl that was voiced by Miley Cyrus, like, she was doing a bunch of Lara Croft type stuff too, but the game was fun. And Bolt is actually my favorite Disney movie ever. Not saying it's the best, but it's good to me, at least for me. The game is rated to 57% on Metacritic. Take it how you want it, but hey man, Bolt was a banger. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Number 3 on the list is Toy Story 3. Now, I know all of us have played Toy Story 3, the video game, on something. I had it on DS, Wii, and PS3. See, I had the privilege of having divorced parents. I know that's crazy to say, but yo, I would ask one for a game, I'd ask another one for the other version of the game. Maybe I'd ask a grandparent for the game too, or the other grandparent. Someone was getting it for me. That's all I'm saying. They had a thing called the Toy Box in that, and it was kind of like an open world type thing, but I think you were like in the Wild West, but I thought it was the coolest thing ever. So coming in at number 4 is the Incredibles game for PS2, bro. The Incredibles game was a banger. I don't remember much from the game, I'm not gonna lie. All I remember is the boss fights. Yo, them boss fights were intense. That final boss fight where you fought like the octopus type thing, I don't even remember what those things were called, but that huge syndrome robot at the end, that boss fight was crazy. That's all I remember, and I loved it so much.
I died on purpose sometimes just to play it again. I was a weird guy.
At number 5, the Amazing Spider-Man games on PS3. Now, the first game, I feel like anybody that's played the first game when it came out, at the time, mind you, before the Insomniac Spider-Mans, before all of that, peak web swinging in the Spider-Man game was Spider-Man 2 that came out way back when. The Amazing Spider-Man for me was like one of the best Spider-Man games ever. The first one was crazy. Yo, those sewer missions where you had to like look for the lizard and fight like those infected people, yo, actual horror games, man. Another one of those games that scarred me for life, and now I can't even touch horror games. I have horror games like Dead Space, but yo, my nerves are just bad. God forbid I wear a headset and play a game like that. I'm cooked. I might piss on myself. The second one wasn't as good as the first one. The second one was actually pretty garbage, but I remember the second one was fun. I don't know if they've done this in other Spider-Man games, but I know in that one, for me, it was the first one where you could like web shoot from a specific hand and it would actually connect to a building. So like you had to really like pinpoint what building you wanted to connect to if you wanted to swing in a certain type of way. I thought it was kind of a skill type thing. I thought you needed skill to do it well, but honestly, it was kind of stupid looking back on it. It didn't work well, but I thought it was cool determining which hand you wanted to web shoot from. And I really like the suits in that game. But the first one takes the cake. The first one was gas. The boss fights were really, really good. Story wasn't like crazy, but it was dark like the first movie was. Like honestly, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 isn't really like a great movie at all by any means, but the first one, I still think the first one is one of my favorite Spider-Man movies because it was dark, it was gritty. I like the Spider-Man movies like that. I don't like the Tom Holland all giggly and oh my god, I'm a kid, I love everything. Like throw Spider-Man in a serious world and he's the only playful thing about it, but even then he still gets serious when he needs to get serious. I like that Spider-Man. I like when he's playful and stuff. I thought Andrew Garfield was the best with the banters and stuff like that, but when he had to lock in, he also locked the fuck in. That's what I like about Andrew Garfield, and he actually sounded like he was from New York. I'm not dissing Tom Holland Spider-Man, I'm just saying Andrew Garfield was my GOAT. Yo, at number 6, the Up video game. Now my father, bro, his favorite Pixar movie of all time is Up, and I can't even debate it because Up is such a banger. Up is such a great movie, and the video game was really good too. All I remember from it was like a platformer, but I remember loving that game so much. I think I had it on DS and PlayStation 3. I don't have much to say on it because I don't like really vividly remember it. I just remember loving the game. Like I just remember the love for the game. Okay, so number 7 on the list, I'm gonna have to give it to Wall-E. Yo, the Wall-E video game, I think it was on PS2. I don't remember if it was on PS3. I just remember every time I went to my friend's house, anytime one of us would die or fail a mission, we just swapped the controller and we played through the whole story like that. That game was fun. I'm pretty sure that game was a platformer too, because what you gonna do, kill people in Wall-E? Like, come on. I'm sorry if y'all are looking for whole breakdowns on the video games, bro. My memory's kind of shot. I don't even remember what I had for breakfast this morning. I just remember really enjoying that game, and I remember like how sad it was, like thinking like really walking around those areas on Earth where like civilization is just gone. Like it was kind of depressing, especially to a kid at the time playing it, bro. It was crazy. At number 8, I'm gonna give it to the MCU games. Yo, Captain America on Wii, Thor on Wii, and Iron Man 1 on PS3. Yo, now I remember the Thor one was actually terrible. I didn't like it at the time. The Captain America one was okay. That was my first time playing with Captain America and anything other than Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And I thought the combat with the shield and the parkour, like it was like parkour puzzles you had to do to get from point A to point B. I thought those were pretty cool. I thought that game was pretty solid. The Iron Man game, honestly, it wasn't all that, but yo, I played the shit out of that game. I really, really enjoyed that game. I never had Iron Man, like I never have been able to control Iron Man outside of that app that was like a Subway Surfers, but for Iron Man. On if you played it, you know that game was gas. But anyway, it was a time where every Marvel movie, even DC, Green Lantern, like they had games for every single movie coming out, bro. They had a Hulk one too, which I thought was good. Not all of them, but the Captain America and the Iron Man one, those were solid. Now the next one, I don't think y'all are even gonna know this game. If you do, I'm proud of you, bro. Yo, Phineas and Ferb through the 3rd or 5th dimension, 2nd dimension, something like that on the Wii. Man, this game was amazing, bro. This was next-gen gaming, ladies and gentlemen. This was next-gen gaming. From what I remember from that game, it was like my favorite cartoon mixed with Ratchet and Clank. The game was so fun. Mind you, I loved that movie too. I watched that movie so many times. Perry the Platypus? A dog, bro. He was such a dog. I remember the weapons were super, super crazy in that game. And the traversal was crazy. Like when you went to different worlds, it'd be like different themes. I remember one of them was like a black and white type cartoon universe, but like it was crazy. I love that game. This is going to be a weird thing to say, but I remember eating peanut butter and celery and playing that game on Saturday mornings, bro. I know it's weird. My mother put me onto that. I still eat it to this day. It's a weird thing to associate a video game with, but that's what I associate it with. And number 10 on the list, bro, maybe the best movie video game adaptation known to man, Wolverine Origins. What movie video game adaptation do you know is better than the actual movie? Wolverine Origins got Wolverine down to a T at the time, bro. The combat was fire, the set piece. I think the intro of the game, didn't he like hop off of a helicopter or something crazy? Like he dived off a helicopter and dug his claws into a guy to stick his landing. Like, and the combat was crazy in that game. It was so good. That movie, bro, mind you, Deadpool is one of my favorite characters in anything. I love Deadpool. That movie sold the merc with a mouth shut. Why would Why would you do that? And at the time too, the graphics were solid, bro. When you took damage, Wolverine's skin would like peel off. You could see a skeleton, and when you recovered your health over time, his skin would come back. It was just a really good game. But hey man, those are my top 10 movie video games of all time. Those are just to me, and it wasn't in order either. Those were just 10 that I could think of off the top of my head that I've played before. If I'm missing anything, if y'all can think of one that y'all played when y'all were younger, y'all really like, let me know down in the comments.
Leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you fuck with this type of content. And I'll catch y'all boys in the next one. Peace.
I said I'm spinning out the way still, paving in the sun to getting paid still. I'm rolling up a chair like Curry Day still, staying out the way still. She love me cause I'm real, she like to feel real. She kid around as ill as energy feel.